So, I don't get the whole thing with, what's so big about the Predator and his trophies. I mean, I've got trophies.
What were you hunting? Monkeys or something?
They're human skulls.
I've never seen a human skull that small.
They were tiny humans. And they were ferocious. And I killed them. And I'm a hunter just like the Predator.
Yeah.
They're real, damn it.
No, he's a fake Predator. He went to the dollar store and got those.
It still counts. Welcome everybody to a brand new movie review where we talk about The Predator. And this was a very highly anticipated movie, but also a lot of people were a little cautious about this movie because, let's be honest, the Predator franchise hasn't always gotten the kind of
suffered in the last couple decades.
Yeah, I mean, okay, look, the first Predator, classic.
Yes.
No doubt. We're not even arguing.
I don't get why anybody shits on the second one, because the second one was just as good.
Oh my god, dude, I love the second one. The second one is awesome. I
mean, the first one you get to see him in a fucking rain jungle. This time you get to see him in, what was it, LA or something?
In the future of 1997, which is great. I love that. And then after that they Alien versus Predator, and it's not good. I mean, it's not good.
Well,
it's not that
I'll give
good.
you props. The first one was better than the second one. The second one was a piece of junk.
AVP Requiem.
I think that will always be for me the lowest movie.
Or as I like to call it, AVP Rectum. It's not that good.
Looking at that Pred Alien made me...
Oh my god.
That'll cure constipation.
The Pred Alien, man, they really fucked that up in a big bad way, man.
This is what the part that kills me. It's like when you first heard that they're doing a Versus movie, I'm like, holy shit.
It sounds cool, right?
Two of the most badass alien species. I mean, compared to us humans, they wipe the floor with us. I mean, you get maybe that one or two exceptional people that can take them down.
That could be cool. But no.
I would have loved to seen Arnold take on a fucking xenomorph.
Man, that'd be awesome.
He would have destroyed that motherfucker.
Geez. That'd been cool. But what we got was a tame PG-13 mess that wasn't good.
Get the other alien, and then you get the Predators movie.
Predators. So I know there's people that like Predators. Fine, that's cool. I don't like it.
It was an okay idea film for me. It wasn't a great film. It wasn't a bad... I mean, it wasn't a totally irredeemable film. You get to see like a different type of hunt for them.
It had a good premise and a good idea, but I thought the characters were bland. I thought that
they should have had more different types of aliens in that one.
The kills weren't as good as I wanted it to be. There was a lot that was lacking in that movie, and
you understand Predators are, they thrive on hunting. This is what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Predators film, they get all the these are the most dangerous people. I'm like, they're the most dangerous people. I feel sorry for our planet.
Yeah, it wasn't that great, man. And so for a long while, look, there was no other Predator films announced, and it was like, okay, I guess they're just...
When was that last one? It was like 2010, 11?
It was probably a few years back, if not like 4 or 5.
At least almost somewhere in 5-10.
Yeah, it was a while ago. But when they announced this, I was actually like, okay, because
I was nervous when you told me this was coming out.
I was confident in a few ways. Number one, this movie is directed by Shane Black, who I love. Shane Black, man. He wrote all of the Lethal Weapon movies, directed Iron Man 3, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, The Nice Guys. He was also in the original Predator film and helped write a little bit of it, so he knows this world, and I thought that was great. And this movie is also co-written by Fred Dekker, and Fred Dekker directed Monster Squad and Night of the Creeps. So I was like, okay, you got these two guys on board doing this thing.
Make a gem out of this.
I was like, I can't wait, man. So, where do you want to start with the Predator, man?
Well, let's give you a little casting. You've got
Boyd Holbrook.
He was the guy from Logan, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the
I was
villain
wondering why he
from
looked so
Logan.
damn familiar.
Yep.
You got Olivia Munn. You've got Yvonne Strahovski. You've got Sterling Brown, or is it Sterling K. Brown?
Sterling K. Brown in it.
You got also what's that guy? Michael Keegan? Is that his name?
J. Michael Keenan or something like that, I think.
Guy from Key and Peele.
Key and Peele, yeah.
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane. You've also got, I forget the kid's name now, and I'm blanking on it. He was from Room.
I don't think I ever saw him.
Yeah, he's really good. I forgot his name.
We also got. You got Jake
Busey.
Yep.
In here as well. You've got a lot of really, really solid actors in this piece. I will say this much: when the cast list came out for this, I was like, it seemed a little odd for the cast listing of it.
Yeah, he's not a fan of Olivia Munn.
You had to bring it up, didn't you?
I had to bring
it. God damn it!
I mean, not to knock her. I mean, it depends on what movies.
Look, is she a terrible actress? Well, that's up for you guys to decide. My thing is that she's not. But look, surprisingly, I liked her in this movie. I actually thought she was good in it.
I mean, I will say this: it does give homage to the earlier movies, Predator and Predator 2. You know.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, this is in the same timeline as those movies, because they even reference those ones. So if you're thinking that this is a reboot or a remake, it's not. So that's actually, thank God,
connected to a Predator 2 character.
Yeah, so even that, so that's really cool as well. Like I said, I think Olivia Munn ended up being badass and really effective in it. Boyd Holbrook actually was really cool in it.
No, which I think was, not to knock the actor, I think he was kind of the weakest link, or at least for the main bad guy, or main human bad guy anyway, was Sterling K. Brown.
I thought he was okay.
He felt like a very cheap Bond villain for me.
I thought he was good with what he had. I liked him. I liked all of the other sort of army dudes which had really weird and unique personalities.
One was a religious guy. Another one was Tourette's. One guy was just plain batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy.
The only one that seemed like the most sane one. You find out what he did later on. I'm like, wow, he did that?
Yeah, I know. I thought there was some really unique personalities that I got into in the film. I thought the characters were actually really cool in it. And I thought it was, not that I could relate, but I thought, okay, I can kind of see this as a buddy type of coming together and kicking ass type of movie.
Well, I mean, where's Riggs and Murtaugh? Hey, Riggs, we're getting too old to fight these alien bastards.
Hey, man, Danny Glover can't do the same shit he used to do back in the day.
That would have been an interesting cameo if he came in at the end. It's like, you guys are gonna fuck with these things, you need to know how to fight them.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But
even
then
Arnold had both of them come back at the end.
Arnold was actually, they were trying to negotiate with Arnold to be in this film, but unfortunately they couldn't get him. And
you gotta look at it from his point of view. He's so busy with the Terminator franchise, which needs to be honestly put to death already. Because
it really does. It's so fucking terrible.
The only option I can say for that one is because they got the original Sarah Connor coming back. So
that's a blessing. Maybe we'll see. But no, look, I thought the characters were really cool, and I really liked the action. I thought the action was actually really effective in the movie. Really, you didn't like the action?
I think it was toned down a little bit compared to like their other Predator films.
Okay, maybe so. At least
the original too.
But I will say this much though, I thought it was really, with the big explosions and all of and trust me, man, let me tell you guys something. This is bloody, this is violent, this is gory.
It had some good violent parts in it.
This is not a PG-13 movie by any stretch of the imagination. This is R, and a hard R at that. And I really appreciate that. I loved all the goriness, and I was like, yeah, split them apart, rip them, get those guts going. I was like,
you want to talk about the Predator?
Yes, let's talk about the Predators now.
There's two of them in this one.
There is two of them. They kind of showed it a little bit in the trailer. We won't spoil it too much, but there is two Predators in it.
There's the classic, and then there's the supersized one.
The supersized version. I happen to like both. I thought both were really effective and really cool. I know you kind of were a little bit on the fence.
The problem I had with I'll give this a little bit the previous Predator film. The Predators, you see like a different version of the Predators. I thought that one looked kind of, honestly, to be shitty.
The one in Predators?
Yeah, the Berserker Predator, the Falcon,
I didn't
and Tracker.
like that one.
This one, it felt like just a normal Predator, except it looked like a Stretch Armstrong where you just stretched him out.
Yeah, a little bit more stronger, a little bit more built. I kind of like the design of it. I enjoyed that design. For me, I always go back to classic Predator as being sort of my thing. And it took me a moment or two to kind of get used to the bigger Predator in the movie because I was a little bit like, I don't know how I feel about this. And the CGI at the beginning of it wasn't the greatest, but as the movie went along, it got better and I kind of got settled into it. I liked it.
The one thing I could say I did like, it was a new addition. I didn't like them in Predators when they used the hounds to track their prey.
I didn't like it in Predators, but I actually did enjoy it here.
Because these dogs look actually more like what a Predator's one that come from their homeworld would look like.
Yeah, it doesn't look
like a Doberman hybrid mix.
Yes, like the ones in Predators, didn't they almost look like a dog version of a Predator?
They look like a dog. It look like
with like the jowls. Yeah,
it look like tusk or whatever, like you see like from a walrus or elephant.
I like this design better. Yes. I did. I like the design of it a lot better. I did.
It was kind of a kooky part with one of the Predator dogs. So I'm like, You'll understand if you see the movie.
Yeah, you'll understand, guys. It's kind of funny.
I mean, here's the thing about it is Sterling K. Brown's character in the movie.
Yeah.
He runs an operation. It's like, we've been tracking them,
for a really long time.
Examining their technology, and I'm like, they spend all that time observing. I'm like, they finally do manage to get one in their midst. I'm like, I'd be doing every kind of test possible.
I agree. For me, I like the idea of the movie in the idea of the fact that there's a really great story in the fact of why they're coming to Earth and why they're doing what they're doing and what one of the Predators comes to Earth for.
I don't even think that gets resolved at the end, does it?
Okay, I will tell you guys this. It doesn't completely, entirely, 100% get resolved, but I actually, again, we won't spoil it, but there is a sort of, at the end, there's a little sort of tip to the hat of a possible sequel.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I would be all for. I really like that ending. I was like, okay, this could be a really cool sort of twist on maybe taking on the Predator. I thought it was a really interesting... Or Predators. It could be really cool. I like that. I like the story. I thought it was really engaging to me. Like I said, I thought the comedy in the movie worked too. Sometimes the comedy may feel out of place, but the comedy really reminded me of the first Predator film, where they're in sort of the helicopter and the guy's like saying, hey, your mother's pussy, I mean, talking about this. I mean, it reminded me of it.
I'm sorry to say, he liked it so well. I think it's trying to capture the magic of the first two Predator movies. I think it gets close, but doesn't really come close to it.
I think for me personally, look, those first two ones, in my opinion, they're classic, they're great. It's hard to really beat them, and this movie does not exactly get there. But I think if I'm saying, I think this is a really cool, like, I could easily watch 1, 2, and this one and feel like they're part of the same universe and world, and it feels like a really cool 3-film set, which I would really love. Yeah, take out Predators and AVP and all that junk. You don't need it, but
I secretly loved them.
But look, at the end of the day, though, I really did like this movie. I thought the humor worked. I thought the blood and the gore effects worked. I thought the characters were really engaging, and I was really I was kind of rooting for them. I liked it. Even Olivia Munn.
There were some parts where I felt like a couple characters either got more screen time than they needed, or just barely to have them in there.
Yeah, true.
Like the character of Von Strahovski's character, she plays the mother of the main kid in this film. It's like She was in this movie.
Maybe 5 minutes or 10.
That's
at
being
most.
that's around being generous. I'm
Yeah.
like, she almost and the part where the husband's like, oh, I've seen an alien. You know, this is all that's going on. She like instantly believes him. I'm like, you figure like, oh, you're batshit crazy. I'm gonna call the cops and something like that.
Well, I hope if I ever saw an alien, you would believe me. I mean,
I thought you were one.
that would kind of be cool if I was, though. But
Trust me, if you were an ET government, I got an ET here. You want to dice his ass up? I'm surprised they didn't start. Here's the one thing I don't get about these movies. If you're gonna have an alien captive, you think, oh, we've got him secured. He's tranquilized. He's not gonna wake up. I'm like, you're dealing with an alien with unknown physiology that you don't know shit about.
Yeah.
All you got are blood samples, if that.
But, like I said, I do like the idea of what they find out about the DNA and what they find out about that stuff. I thought that was really, really cool.
They've probably been doing that since past Predator 2.
Absolutely. I thought...
remember the original Predator, a couple gunshots slowed him down considerably. This one was just like, pissing him off.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, for me, I feel like this is the third best Predator movie. And that is, to me, high praise when we've gotten some really lot of lackluster ones. This is actually high praise to me.
I will say this, because I don't really have much more to talk about myself. I think toward the end, when you find out what was given to them in order to combat the aliens, or combat the predators, it was not what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be something compared to one of the Versus movies.
I thought it was going to be someone. And
like who?
I thought it was going to be Arnold. Something. So I was when that thing was like opening up. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be the cameo everybody waited for. It's not. Just so you guys know, I thought it was gonna be that. Which would have been really cool, but again, it wasn't gonna happen.
In my own personal opinion, I thought it was gonna be like a freaking like a queen egg from Aliens.
Oh no, I would have not liked that. I would have
that one Predator didn't want them to have the planet, so
that's
they'd have a whole army worth to fight the Predators.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that, but I think what we get there is really cool and a really great possibility for a sequel if we get it. But what is your final thoughts and grade rating on the Predator?
Without spoiling the movie, there was a couple things I was talking to him before the movie started, or after the movie got done, and it's like, what did they do with that certain extraterrestrial character? Two, how would, considering, these types of movies, oh, you see an alien, oh, we're gonna wrap you up in loony bin or something, or frame you for some kind of crime. I'm like,
this is true. I'm
like, why would they let them live after seeing all that?
Yeah.
Let's see what else. This is the part that really cracks me up. They've been studying the predators for almost like 4 decades, give or take. And I forget how old the kid is. He's like 10 or something.
Yeah, around 10ish, I'd say.
He solves the language problem like it's like another day.
Well, my explanation for that is he's autistic and he has more brain function than most normal people do, because that's how autism kind of is. You have those kind of more special things, and he has more skills, so he's able to do it. I bought into it. I was fine with it, but I get what you were saying. But I get it.
I'm just saying, it's like they spent like $1 billion, doing that whole facility, and like, oh, we got the top geniuses in the world. Oh, 10-year-old crack it. I'm like, they must be like
smart 10-year-old. What am I saying?
You're fired. You're fired. Your whole team is fired.
This next generation, man, gonna be badass.
And I was wondering, and like, there's a point at the end of the movie where the giant predator, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take this character. This will make me even stronger. I'm like, he's got that. He's gonna get that character. I'm like, they do 180. It's like, oh, it's the other character.
Yes, I do.
I did enjoy that. The Pred Alien dog was just that was goofy. Goofy, cool. But fun.
Cool fun. So what's your grade rating?
I have to give this one. I don't remember what I gave Predators. It probably wasn't good. I'd have to give this one probably a solid I'll give it a high C.
High C?
Almost
Okay.
on C plus range.
All right, so you're high C.
Yep.
For me, look, I'm not gonna lie here. I thought it was a really badass film that, to me, like, I was going in with low expectations because I had heard a lot of bad stuff here, and I was really pleasantly surprised. And there's moments in the plot where you think it's gonna be predictable, and they switch it up. They don't do what you expect them to do. And I like that. There's moments where I'm like, oh, this person is going to live, or thing's going to happen in the plot, and they completely do the exact opposite, and I really appreciated that. I think Shane Black really did an awesome job with this movie. I'm really glad he directed it, man, because he knows the Predator, he knows his world, and it fit. It worked really well. Characters were awesome. Everything really worked to its advantage. It was funny at times. I was really engaged in the movie, and I was really surprised. But to me, this blows AVP Requiem or AVP Rectum, blows out of the water. AVP, it blows out of the water. Predators, no contest. Awesome. So yeah, for me, this is going to be a high B+.
Wow.
It's going to be a high B+ for me. I'm really on board with this in a big bad way. And you know what? The thing about it now is that with the whole thing with Predators getting more trophies now, I need another trophy. So you know what, Bob?
Try, bitch.
Bob?